Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode of All About You. In today's video, I am going to discuss the best of one topic versus best of three, and I will also be talking about this card. Okay guys, let me try to zoom in a little bit, and there we go. So as you can see, the Bardock promo. Now, we'll go through the Bardock promo real quick so that we can get through this. When you play this card, choose any number of your opponent's battle cards, which the total cost adds up to 3 or less, and KO them. So, with that being said, you can target up to multiple 1-drops, up to 3 1-drops, up to 1 2-drop and 1 1-drop, or 1 3-drop. He's a turn 4, 20k, that's it. He doesn't have any other value other than that, okay? He gets rid of certain problematic cards, so he's definitely not terrible. He gets rid of good blockers. He helps create tempo for the match. So with that being said, you're getting rid of a lot of defense that your opponent may have, especially if they have nothing but Majin Boos and Bomas and other assortment of cards. Realize he's a 4-drop that has 5k boost. He's not a 10k boost. So that's one thing that a lot of players are forgetting. He is only a 5k boost for free. So that's not too bad. He's not a costly, expensive card. He doesn't do a whole lot, but he is 20k. And not having double strike or critical is not so essential, especially in early game. You don't need a character like that to have double strike. He could be mainly used for KOing battle cards. Like example, my opponent has a rested card already, a rested battle card, and they have a bunch of blockers or just free 5k boosters combos. He just essentially comes out and says, hey, let me get rid of those. And while I'm at it, let me kill your battle card because I am pretty strong. I am a 4-drop with 20k attack, which 20k is like the standard for 4-drops, if you guys haven't already known. Now, with that being said, let's move on to the best of one format, right? So in tournaments, I've been in both. I've been in best of 3 and best of 1. Best of 1 gives you more time to finish one game. It does create a better factor of luck because, as we all know, some games you may not draw so well. And best of 3, normally your deck plays out the way it should. It has better odds of you drawing properly. Can you have 2 games where you draw bad? Yeah, you can. Can you have 2 games where you draw great? Yeah, you can. So either way, it can definitely balance itself out. But with that being said, best of 1 is a faster format. It's shorter amount of time. It creates multiple rounds, meaning that you can get through multiple rounds in the amount of time that you would have done best of 3. And some players are very comfortable with that. If I know I have a very good deck and it's overall well built, I really don't need a sideboard. Like me per se, I build my decks without sideboards, and then I incorporate the sideboards after they're done being built. So essentially, my deck is very versatile. I have a very versatile approach of things, and then I incorporate a sideboard for matchups that I need to do even better. And it's not even because my deck is weak against those matchups, it's just to strengthen my deck for those matchups, if that makes any sense. My deck is already good against any matchup. It just allows it to get even better against particular matchups where I can kind of crush my opponent's odds of beating me by sideboarding. But with that said, I say best of 1 is definitely good, especially for Swiss rounds. In most events, I feel like high-level events should utilize the best of 1 format, but always keep in mind that best of 3 is the better way or better approach in the top cut. That's me personally. I would like to see tournaments utilize both formats. As I stated, when it comes down to matchups, my blue-red deck is very effective against, you can say, the current meta, you know, when it comes to Vegeta and certain other Guardians, including the Mirror. So with that being said, when I draw my first opening hand, there's a good chance that overall I'm gonna have a pretty decent hand because it revolves around a lot of lower drops and mid drops. It's about a low and mid drop range deck. If I am going into like the late game with a deck, it's not as effective because my deck doesn't run late game cards. So as the game progresses, my odds of winning kind of diminishes. As the game progresses early, my odds of winning the game is high. Consistency is very key when you're playing a best of 3 format because you want to make sure that your deck does what it needs to do overall. And then if you could switch it up during the sideboard process, you know, to better it to better your matchups. So that's my take on it. Now, everyone has their own opinions and they're all valid. If you feel that best of 1 is your format, that's great. If you feel like best of 3 is your format, that's also great. Me particularly, I like both formats. They're both good. I believe that one should be utilized in Swiss and one should be utilized in Top Cut. Swiss rounds, if there's 5, 6, 7 rounds, best of 1. You know, if you lose consistently, then odds are you weren't going to do so well in a best of 3. What makes you think you were going to beat your opponent twice if you were losing to them once and you lost to multiple opponents? I mean, you can argue that you didn't draw well enough, but someone could also argue if it was best of 3, you would have also not been able to beat them. You get what I'm saying? So there's always 2 sides to the coin, and best of 3 again is very good overall to kind of eliminate the luck factor, or at least lessen the luck factor, and it allows you to actually sideboard adequately against certain matchups. But is a sideboard needed at this point in time? Not so much. Some people may say yes, some people will say no. You have this player saying no, based on how you can create and design your decks. Very versatile, very good against the meta. Almost any element, any color can do very well. It's just your approach and how you play the game. Those are the most fundamental, those will be the fundamental differences of whether you win or lose your match. Now guys, this is just a video to kind of broaden your horizon, give you an idea of what the format is about and what may come. There is an ARG event coming this Saturday, right now, on the 8th, I believe, October 8th, if I'm not mistaken. So make sure that you are prepared if you are going to the Atlantic City ARG for Dragonball Super. Give yourself time. It's a morning event, so make sure you arrive early. I will have the details in the description below. This is just a short video to have an open-ended discussion since there's a lot of topics going on in the community related to this issue or this topic. Hi guys, I wanted to do an end note to this video. As some of you may already know, I am no longer a part of the Facebook group that has around 4,000 to 5,000 members in it. It's called, I believe, the Dragonball Super Community Group. Long story short, I was removed by Mr. Waffles, if you guys are familiar with that name. Many of you may not, but some of you who follow Pansy and other card games may know of that channel or may know of that person. At the end of the day, we're here to learn about this game the best we can, including myself. If you have a passion for this game, you're watching my channel right now at this very moment and you can see this video. With that being said, if there are any issues within the community or any issues with particular people, it's always good to shed that to light. It's not good to kind of sweep things under the rug. All you're doing is covering up what the obvious problems are. A lot of you already know that many don't like me, for whatever reason. A lot of people like to use excuses as to why they don't like me. But at the end of the day, it's more along the lines that you're not performing well. And when you do see someone that is performing well, you don't like it. You guys all know that when you play any CCG or you do any activity, if you have a passion for that activity, you should be practicing, learning from the best, playing with the best, making sure that you can compete against the best. If that is your goal. If your goal is to play casually and enjoy the game, by all means, have fun. You know, this game it's multi-purpose. But to try to remove me from a community, that's not gonna stop me. And it's definitely not gonna stop my performance at any tournaments. This coming Saturday, I will see all of you guys at ARG. At least the majority that will come. Hopefully you guys, you know, prep up and do well, because that's the whole goal, you know, is to enhance your own gameplay. But don't think for a second that I don't know who you are in terms of the individuals starting trouble in the community. Just keep that in mind, because a lot of people don't realize you should make sure that you give as much common courtesy as possible. You know, there are a lot of people who talk in a certain manner, and just because this is a card game doesn't mean you can disrespect others. A lot of yous know who you are that, you know, tend to talk a little crazy, you know, and with that being said, you know, just know that I'm aware of all these things. For everyone watching this channel, thank you. And as always, this channel is all about you.